Hi my little butterflies, welcome back to my channel Butterfly MUA. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mercedes, I'm the face behind Butterfly MUA, and if you're not new, hi, welcome back. Remember, all of you, hit that subscribe button if you love makeup just as much as me. So, today I am doing another one of my Was That Haul Worth It series. So what I do with this series is I go through my makeup collection, I look back at the makeup I've had for a few years or more, and I retry it, retest it, see if I still like it, see if it was worth it, and whether if these products ever came back into stock or you could get your hands on them, whether I would recommend them or whether I would not. So I quite like doing this series because it makes me look at my makeup collection as a whole. It means that I look at what I have and I don't have to feel the need to go out and buy something every week, which is nice if you could afford to do that, but sometimes I think it's nice just to take stock, look at what you've got, get to know your makeup collection again. So that is what I'm going to do today. So I'm just going to have a sip of a trusty cup of tea before we get started. Okay, so the makeup products I am doing today, or testing out today in my Was That Haul Worth It, was the Kylie Cosmetics Koko Collection. So I believe these two are from their round 3. These two is from either round 1 or 2. So I have the Kylie Koko Pressed Powder Eyeshadow Palette, and I have a liquid lip, the Koko one in the Bigger the Hoops. Then I have another liquid lip called Clo Money or Clothes, and the last one is a gloss called Damn Gina. Now, I do want to point out that I did have 4 of these in my collection, but I decided to experiment on one the other day. That was the shade Allergic to Bull. I decided to see how many swatches you could get out of a Kylie Cosmetics liquid lip. Now, I do want to add, I am not the biggest fan of the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lip. The gloss, Damn Gina, I actually really like. It's quite a heavy gloss, but it's a nice gloss. It has a nice glittery sheen to it. The liquid lips though, I just find that they really don't sit well on my lips. Like, I will do the sugar scrub, I will moisturize, I will do everything I'm meant to, I will put these on and they will just peel. Like, they will start off on the inner section, obviously where your lip gets wetter because it's closer to your mouth, or it is your mouth, but like closer to the inside of your mouth. Yeah, I just find that they don't last very long on me at all. So I will be testing these out and showing you what they look like on the lip, but like I've said, not my favourite formula. Firstly though, we're going to start off with the eyeshadow palette. So mine does look a bit minging. I have had this for such a long time in my collection. I can't remember whether I bought it straight away when it came out or whether I got it a little while after it had launched, but it's been in my collection a while. It got attacked by lash glue. That stuff does not want to come off. So like, eyeshadow stains have got on it as well. It is that sort of matte packaging, and although the colour's really pretty, I have tried cleaning it in the past and I gave up because while I was cleaning it, it was sort of just taking away the gold imprint and not the lash glue. So we don't really need to look at what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that counts. So this is a 9-pan palette, has a nice little mirror, has a mixture of mattes and metallic-y, satiny sort of shades. Really, really pretty. If you know me and you know my channel, you know that this is actually quite a neutral toned eyeshadow palette for me. And I have just done a big declutter of neutral toned palettes that I did not like. So for me to still have this in my collection must mean that I do still like this. So I did actually test this out yesterday. I decided to do a quick eye look with it. I was actually quite impressed with it. The brown shade up here is a very nice shade. this orangey red shade, very pigmented. The shimmer shades are actually really nice, but I find that they work better when you dampen down your brush. They're not the type of metallic that you want to just use your finger or a brush. But overall, I think you can create a nice range of looks. Obviously you have, I think, a nice selection of browns. So you have the lightest one, you have a medium one, and you have the darkest one. Which for me means this palette is more diverse, it can be used for more people, which I think is a great way to catch, you know, us as consumers, our attention. You know, if you have something in there for everyone, more people are going to buy it. So, and like the yellow shade up the top, very pigmented. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and swatch this for you, and then I'm going to play with it on my eyes and create a look. Okay, so here are the shades swatched on my arm. As you can see, it's a very pigmented palette. The shades swatch really, really nicely. They also go on the eye really, really nicely. They do have names, but instead of having it in the palette, they are on the back, which confuses the hell out of me, so I don't actually know which shade is meant to be which. So the names are True Faith, True's Mum, Must Be True, True Love, Dreams Come True, Always True, True Meaning, My Baby True, Truseldorf. So a nice mixture of names, very dedicated to her daughter True, which I think is really, really sweet. You know, she definitely loves her daughter, which as any mother we do. So, you know, the fact that this is dedicated to her. Obviously Kylie has dedicated makeup in her line to her daughter Stormy. So, you know, I think it's a nice way to do things within the Kylie Kardashian Jenner brand. So, you know, think what you will about the Kardashians and Jenners. A bit like Marmite, you either love them or you hate them. I went through a big stage where I absolutely loved them. I had the books, I watched all the series until it got to the later ones, and then it wasn't the same anymore. Like, I much preferred the older series. It was more raw, it was more funny, whereas later on it was more glitz, glam, I got more money than you, sister competing kind of thing. So there's that. But, you know, part of my makeup journey was Kylie Cosmetics was one of the first brands that pulled me in and intrigued me, thanks to my obsession with the Kardashians. So yeah, that is that palette swatched. I'm now going to go ahead and play with it on my eyes. Obviously, I need to do the good thing of priming my eyeballs first, so I'll be back. So my eyes are now primed, and I have brushed my fringe out of the way because it's got to that point when I really need to get my fringe trimmed, and it's in the way. So I did like a brownie neutral look yesterday. I kind of want to do a more playful, colourful look. So I think I'm going to go straight in with this orangey red shade. So I remember when I got this palette and it was summertime. I think it must have been summer holidays, and me and my mum and my sister had taken the kids to our local castle to go and explore and have a look around. If I can find any pictures, I'll insert them in. So this palette for me actually does hold quite a few memories, you know, which is good. Memories are good, but I have to say my hair, that is not a good memory. I'd had it bobbed, and I was going through this stage where I was like really lazy, but I was having like a shower and then just trying to crimp it with mousse and where it was like curly, which was fine, and it would have been fine if I had kept my fringe trimmed, but I didn't. So I kind of feel like I look like a big egg. I mean, you know, each to their own. You might like the egg look, but I don't feel it did much good for my look. But yeah, if I can find any pictures, I will put them up. So obviously this shade, whatever it is called, is really nicely pigmented. You can tell I've put hairspray on my fringe today because that little bit there has just like glued itself and is looking completely straight. Okay, give my brush a quick clean. Then I'm going to go in with this light white shimmery sparkly shade, which is actually really pretty, but it's also really crumbly in the pan. And give some fallout, which is okay because it's glittery, so I'll just look glittery for the rest of the day. Okay, so I might grab my concealer. Okay, so I've applied some concealer, not really to do a cut crease, but just to, I don't know, to do something else. So I'm going to go in with the yellow shade. I might take some of this shimmery shade here. And I might just take some of that red shade again. Okay, and that is kind of an eye look. So I'm just going to go and put some mascara on and then see how I feel. Normally I would put a metallic over the top of the middle of the eye, but I'm kind of liking the whole matte look today, which is not usual for me. So mascara, then we go on to lips. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so this is the finished eye look. Today I am using the Maybelline The Colossal Curl Bounce Mascara. I'm actually testing it out for the first time today, which is why I've not done any eyeliner or I've not gone too heavy on it because I want to see how it works. But so far, I'm very impressed. But yeah, back to the eyeshadow palette. I quite like my look today. I think it's actually quite a summery look for winter. It does actually really give me summer vibes, and it's definitely more of a palette I would pull out in the summertime because summer vibes. But you know, the fact that I'm just testing it out today, having a play around with it, I do like the eye look I have created. It is very matte for me. Yes, I have used some shimmer in my inner corner and on my brow bone, but normally my eyes are full of shimmer, so this is actually a very different kind of look for me. But I do really enjoy this palette, and it's definitely one I'm going to be keeping in my collection for a long time. It holds a lot of memories. I like the pigments, I like the shimmers, I like the mattes. It's just a good all-rounder palette. It has a pop of colour, but it also has very neutral tones, so good little palette. If Kylie was ever to re-release this, I'd say get it, although I know her formulas are changing because she has changed to a more vegan, clean brand, which is great. Or if you can get your hands off it, whether you have a friend that has it and they no longer want it and you buy it off them, or if you can potentially find it on eBay. I say eBay like that because there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of fake makeup on eBay. Like, it's not against eBay, it's the sellers on there. eBay are actually normally quite good. If you alert them to a seller that's selling fakes, they, you know, in my experience, have gone after them, but then a week or so later they just pop back up under a different name, so it's hard to keep track. But if you could potentially find it, I would say get it because it is a really, really good palette. So, my least favourite part, the Kylie lips. So, like I said earlier, I have 3 shades here. One of them is from the Koko Round 3 collection. The other 2 are either from round 1 or round 2. I wasn't, you know, following which round they were coming from. I just bought them all together when round 3 came out. So I don't know what one to go for. Maybe first up I'll go for the gloss because that'll be the easiest one to take off. So the gloss is called Damn Gina. Comes in this very nice packaging. It has the gold drips and it's like a nudie brown tone but with gold flecks in it. It's actually really pretty. The only downside to this is the brush. Mine's not too bad, but a lot of people that have used a product with this sort of brush or from Kylie, they sort of go a bit broomsticky, but so far, touch wood, mine's been okay. So that is the gloss swatched. I hope you can see it. So it's very, very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this one on my lips. Okay, so that is the gloss on. I don't know whether you can see, but it's gone a bit broomsticky. But I do really like this gloss. It's a nice silky, almost oily feeling gloss, if that makes any sense. A little bit on the heavy side, you can tell you're wearing a gloss. It's not like a light formula. It is definitely a gloss. It has that kind of Kylie scent to it as well, you know, the kind of really sweet scent. But this is actually a really pretty gloss. I do like the gold specks throughout. So this one I would actually recommend if you could get your hands on it. I would say get the Damn Gina lip gloss because it's really, really nice. So, you know, I do have to say Kylie's glosses are good. Maybe not the liquid lips. So I'm going to take this one off and show you the liquid lips. Okay, so I've taken the liquid lipstick. No, I have taken the lip gloss off. But my lips are still quite glittery, so bear that in mind. The liquid lips do not have glitter in, but if you see glitter, it's coming from that. Now in this collection there was also a lip liner. I decluttered mine last year because, so this is the Kylie and Balmain lip liner. My Koko one did that as well. And then it broke and fell on the floor and died a death. So I don't have the Kylie Cosmetics and Koko lip liner anymore. I will say I have found out with literally every single Kylie Cosmetics lip liner I have, they all tend to do that. So I don't know if it's the formula's too slippy for it to stay in where it's meant to, or what. I don't know. So I don't have a lip liner, but that doesn't matter. So I think what I would do is I'll go in with Clo Money first because that's the one that pairs up with Damn Gina. Has the very distinct Kylie whiff about it. and I swatch awesomely. So that is it swatched on my hand. I hope you can see it. It's actually quite a nice, I'd say pinky, almost reddy undertoned nude brown. Just a mixture of colours in one basically. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch it on my lips. Right. I had a hair in it. Don't worry, it's not like a hairy lipstick. It's from me. Okay, so that is Clo Money. This one I have to say, when I first got the Kylie and Koko liquid lips, Clo Money was the one that I would actually gravitate towards more. I think because it was part of the older collection, I think the formula was slightly different, so I did wear it more and it was a lot nicer. But it's still, if my mouth was too wet or I had a drink, it would still do that whole peely thing. But you know, it is actually a nice lipstick shade. I do really like it. It's not horrendous. It goes quite nicely with this eye look, I think. So yeah, this is this one. I'm gonna take it off now, try the last one I have, and then I'll decide which one I want to wear for the rest of the day. If I'm wearing a Kylie eye look, I might as well wear the rest. Okay, so I need to use the last liquid lip. So this is the one, the bigger the hoops. And this one is slightly different in the packaging sense that instead of the gold drips, it's baby pink, which I'm loving. Again, the Kylie whiff. And that is it swatched next to the other two. So this one is definitely more of a more pinky coral toned nude. I mean, I say that, but the light in my room really throws off colours, so I look at them and I'm like, oh yes, it's definitely that sort of colour. And then when I'm editing, I'm like, mate, it's a completely different colour. So if I ever say, oh, I think it's a coral tone, but it turns out to be really pink, maybe it's my eyesight. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this one on my lips. Okay, so that is that one applied. It is actually a really nice tone, a really nice shade. It is one that I would personally wear. The formula of this one though is different to Clo Money. This one, when it dries down, feels a lot more dry and powdery, whereas the other one just feels mattified, if that makes any sense. But this one goes on feeling more creamy, but it does dry down a lot quicker. And I do want to note as well that this one seems more pigmented than Clo Money. Clo Money, I had to dip into the pot a couple of times. This one I only dipped into the pot once and I felt I could do my whole lip look. So there is that. But because this one is so drying, I don't know how it's gonna fare up against moisture. So I know from personally using these and wearing them that on me they do tend to just peel off into yuck. It's kind of like when you have really dry lips and you know the skin starts to peel. It's kind of like that. It's disgusting, but it starts on the inner lip portion, like the bumhole portion of the lip. So I don't know how I feel about the Kylie liquid lips. So was this haul worth it when I bought it? Yes. I really enjoy the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette for me is definitely one that I would keep in my collection for a very long time. It's really good. The formula works really well. I have a Huda Beauty palette, I think it's the Coral Obsessions one, which kind of has similar shades in, like I could create a similar eye look. But I prefer this one over that one. So you know, that's how much I like this one. So I would definitely recommend the eyeshadow palette. The lip gloss, damn Gina, I would damn right recommend this one. Definitely think it was worth it in my haul when I bought them all together. Really, really nice gloss, works nicely. Because it's a gloss, yes, it does fade quite quickly, but then you can reapply it and it's not too horrendous. And the liquid lips, so what are you? The bigger the hoops and Chloe money. I really like the shades. At the moment, the one I've got on is feeling okay, but I know on other days when I put it on, it doesn't wear as well. I don't know whether it's because I have completely stripped my lips of whatever oils they have, because I have worn or tested out a few different lipsticks to show you guys. I don't know whether that has stripped the oils out of my lips, so it's not peeling as much, maybe, because normally by now I'd be getting little flaky bits in my mouth and being like, you know, that kind of thing. So I definitely think maybe it's the way I applied it today has made it wear a bit different. But whether it will carry on, I don't know. So I might just carry on wearing this shade, the bigger the hoops. I do really like the shades. The shades are really pretty. In that sense, I would say yes, they are definitely worth it and I was happy with my haul. But I know that the formula is quite finicky and one day it works for me, the next day it doesn't. So I think all in all, I'm really happy with the haul. It was definitely worth it back in the day when I bought it. Yeah, you know, other than a few little niggles, there's nothing too horrendous about that palette, about the lips. So yeah, I'm really happy with the haul. And I think you would be too if you could still get your hands on it, but I don't think you can. Or, you know, you might be able to with a couple of bits, but not a lot. So I hope you liked this video. I found it really fun and interesting, diving back into the past to test out some makeup that has been living in my collection for quite a while, but I just haven't used for a long time. It's nice. I think that's definitely a palette I would like to pull out of the drawer more often and give some love. The lipsticks, when I'm in the mood, or when I'm going to reapply 10 different lipsticks or whatsoever and strip all oils out of my lips, maybe I'll wear them. The gloss I'd quite happily throw on any day. So yeah, that's this video done. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.